So I'll be teaching how to create an RDP. So this RDP is not for people that want to sell. It's just for personal use. You can recreate it as many times as you like. Like personally, I use this especially when I want to do something, just something on serious. Or I would not use the word on serious, but it's a 6 hours RDP. So it's not something that would last you for the whole day. But then you can recreate and recreate and recreate. You get the strap. So we need two websites. We need GitHub and we need NGRock. NGRock. So I have already signed up on both websites. I've signed up on GitHub and I've signed up on NGRock. So on GitHub, after you've signed up on GitHub, you need to find where you see repository. That's I normally just call it repo because repositories is too long. You understand? So right now I've clicked on repo. Let it load. It's loading up there. So as you can see here, it says the THETECHSAVAGE 26 doesn't have any public repo yet. So I'm going to click on the new at the top right corner there in green. You understand? Sorry. I'm going to click on new here. So I'm going to create a new repo. I'm just going to call it RDP. You can call it anything you like. You understand? Let me just call it RDP 6H since it's 6 hours RDP we're creating. Now, please, it's very important. It's a private repo. You understand? If you make it public and you do what we want to do now, GitHub will ban the account immediately. So it's imperative that you do this on a new account. Not if you had a GitHub previously, do not do it on your main GitHub. Just until you are very good with it and you know the do's, the do and the don'ts. You understand? So I'm creating the private repo now. So in some seconds it will create a private repo. So I believe the repo has been created and this is it. You understand? We can see our repo up there. The THETECHSAVAGE 2626 / the name of the repo. The THETECHSAVAGE 2626 is my username. The repo I just created is RDP6H, and as you can see in front, it is a private repo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on actions. So I'm going to click on actions. So we have code, issues, pull, then actions. You understand? So you're going to click on actions and wait while it loads. I don't know why the internet is a bit slow. I'm using MTN and I'm not using VPN, but MTN has been shitty these days. So we're going to click on set up a workflow yourself. So once we click on actions, that's the first thing you see in blue up there. Set up a workflow yourself. So I've clicked on that and it's loading. It wants us to set up a workflow. So we're going to give that workflow a name. I'm going to name it IBM. You can name it anything. I'm naming it IBM because the file that we are using is named IBM. Oops, I have done something. I've overcleared. I think I cleared 4 times instead of 3 times. So let's go back to actions again. I can't remember what I cleared. You understand? I think it was a semicolon. But nonetheless, let's go back and I just clicked on actions one more. Then I'll click on set up a workflow yourself once more again. So let's wait while it loads. Let me pause the video. Alright, so it has loaded. So let's click on set up a workflow once more. So you remember it's just to create GitHub account. Then create a private repository or a private repo. So okay, it was a / that was there that I cleaned. So make sure it's only main you clean. That's 1 2 3 4, just 4 times. You're cleaning 4 times. So we're going to name it IBM as I said earlier on. So after naming it IBM, we have a space down here which we can write things, this whole space. So we're going to write some code, but you don't need to worry. The whole code is here. As you can see, the name of the file itself is IBM. So that is why I decided to name the, what's it called? The workflow wanted to create IBM. Oops, sorry. So tutorials. So I would paste that code here. So as you can see, after pasting the code down here before my keyboard, there's something called start commit in green. So we're going to click on start commit. Then we click on commit a new file. So we'll allow it save. You understand? After it has saved, then we're going to go to NGRock website. So like I said, basically we're just working with two websites here. That's the GitHub website and the the IBM website. So now, before we even go to that IBM website, I say IBM website, the NGRock website. IBM is the file the code we just imported. So we're going to click on settings. We initially clicked on actions. So now we're going to click on settings here. We're going to add something called a secret key. And that key we want to add will be gotten from that website that I just mentioned now, NGRock. So now after coming here, don't mind the whole page, you get used to the look. So we want to focus on security and where we have secrets and variables. So we're going to come down. Under secrets and variable, we have actions. So we're going to click on actions right now and allow it load. Like I said, I don't know what's wrong with MTN. Okay, it has loaded. So we can now see that we can add a new repository secret, or as I like calling it, new repo secret. So I've clicked on it, and as you can see, we're under actions, secret, new secret. You understand? So now we have to give our secret a name. According to our file, it's going to access the secret from a file called ngrock_auth_token. So that's ngrock token. So we're going to paste that name here, since that's the file it will be looking for, because that is how we've coded it. We've told it to look for a file called ngrock_auth_token under secret. So if you name it something else, how does the code find it, since that is what we coded it to do? I don't know if you understand. So now under the secrets, what are we going to paste here? Like I said, we'll get that stuff from NGRock website. So now it's not hard to register NGRock. It's just like registering Facebook. So once you've registered NGRock website, you click on your auth token. As you can see it at the side here, your auth token. I don't know why it's displaying like this, but let me just copy it and let me check. Okay, it has copied. We paste our auth token here, what we just copied. Then we add a secret in green. So this is the secret we're adding, our authentication token, NGRock token. So now that is all we're going to do via this NGRock website, nothing more. Now just to sign up, click on your auth token, copy it, that be all. Like I said earlier on, we come to settings here, we look for where we have security, we look for secrets and variables, then under action you add a new repo, and this is what we've added here. So now that we're done, we're going to go back to actions. You remember we first came to actions after we've created our private repo, and we clicked on actions where we added a what did we even add? We created our workflow. You understand? So now we're going to click on actions. I don't think we're going to add a new workflow anymore, because we already added a workflow which we called IBM, and we pasted that code which you saw. You understand? That's this code here. You understand? We pasted it. So now that we've pasted the code and we've come back to actions, as you can see, it doesn't give us that option of adding a new workflow, although it is there. It is there up here, but not as we saw it in blue initially. So now we can see all workflow here, and we can see our IBM. If you had named it Fela, probably you see Fela there, but we named it IBM, so definitely we are seeing IBM. So if we had like 50 workflows, under workflow here you will see all of them like 1, 2, like that till 50. But we just have only one here. So we're going to click on IBM. We're going to click on IBM. And once we've clicked on IBM, we'll see an option on the right here saying run workflow. Now we're going to click on run workflow, and it's going to give us an option again, like a 2FA, two-factor authentication. But in this case, let me just call it verification. Are you sure you want to run the workflow? So you re-click run workflow, because definitely we're sure we want to run the workflow. You understand? So let's wait while it loads. So after it has loaded, right now the workflow is already running, but it's not going to show because it has not refreshed. So we're going to re-click on IBM, and when we click on IBM, we will now see IBM running here. So now to see what is happening behind the scene, we zoom in a bit and click on IBM to see what is actually happening behind the scene. You understand? So let me click on IBM. As you can see, hold on, let it load. If it doesn't give us any error, then we are good to go. As you can see, it's loading. It first started with setup job, download NGROC files, connect, enable RDP access, create tunnel. Now it's connecting to the RDP. You understand? So once it's done connecting to the RDP, it's going to give us details which we can use to then log in. You understand? So let's wait while it's done with that process. So all this is happening under actions. As you remember, when we came here newly, we came to actions, we added a workflow, we pasted the jargon code, we came to settings, we went to secrets and variables. We then selected the what? We said we want to add a new secret. Then we named our secret NGROC_auth_token. Now, what do we paste in that placeholder for the secret? That is what we got from the NGROC website. You understand? So that's just a walkthrough of all we have just done. So after we're done adding the secrets and variables, we came back to actions, and we then clicked on IBM at the side. You understand? Definitely you can rewatch this video as many times as you like, should in case you face any challenge. So let's wait. Normally it doesn't take this long to connect to the RDP. I don't know why it's taking long. Let me see. Maybe I should refresh the page. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so it needed a refresh because, like I said, this thing is something that's under seconds is done. So now, if you notice, we have arrow buttons. So under the one that says connect to RDP, click on it. Let's see what is down. You understand? So it has given us an IP address, a username, and a password. So now the IP address starts from TCP://6.tcp blah blah blah. We don't need that TCP://. So we are going to copy from 6 down to where we have the .io semicolon, the port. Now this port, each time you create this thing, we will have a different port. So it's not going to be static. This 15341 is not a static port, but that's not necessary. So you see the username for the RDP, Mohammed Ali, and the password mmd@123. So we're going to go to Play Store and we're going to search for RDP. What's the name of the app again? See me, I don't forget the name of the app. Okay, RD client. I have it already, but I'm just going to search for it just so you see that it's on Play Store. So this is the app. You're going to install and you're going to open. So now I'm going to open it and I'm going to click on settings, this icon first, because I want you to configure something. Under display, you click on display you make sure you are locked to landscape. It's not mandatory, but if you don't do this and you open your RDP, to open it as if it's a mobile application, it's a desktop. It's a Windows computer, so it's supposed to be in landscape format. I don't know if you understand. So now that we've done that, we'll click on the plus icon up here and we'll click on add a PC. So now what is the PC host name or IP? That is what we copied, 6.tcp blah blah blah. We paste it there. Now it's going to the next thing is user account. This place, user account. By default, it says ask when required, meaning when we save this and we try to log in, each time we try to log in, it's going to ask us for username and password. But that is stressful in my opinion. Why not just add it? You understand? Add the username and password. So you can scroll down and you're going to see a place where it says add user account. So you're going to add the username Muhammad Ali and the password something blah blah blah. But I'm not going to do that because I already saved it here. As you can see, Muhammad Ali is already here because it's something I use. Now I've selected it and I save. So now let's look for that RDP. This is it here, what we just saved, 6.tcp blah blah blah. We click on it and we can see it's initializing, it's blah blah blah, is doing its thing. So if you notice, I think I was too fast. There was a prompt. Please just always select continue. Don't select there's another option where you can tick something, meaning it should not always bring that prompt. Please do not select that option. Only select continue. Let it continue each time. Always make sure the prompt comes up. If you select do not show me this prompt next time, you might have issues logging into RDP and you might have to clear the app data. I learned that the hard way and I'm just trying to explain to you so you know what to do and what not. So as you can see, the RDP we just created, it is logging in. Like I said, this RDP is meant to last for 6 hours. That means you can use it for 6 hours. You understand? Like, do all you want to do. I always advise people they should have like a cloud. There's an app called TeraBox. It gives you a terabyte of space. So anything you're doing on the RDP, always back it up to your 1 terabyte cloud drive, the name of the app which I just mentioned. That way, if it goes down while you're still doing something, you have your backup. You can always recreate the RDP. Like I said, you can do this as many times as you like. You understand? So now, while this is still loading up, okay, it's done loading up. So this is our RDP. You understand? I can do a speed test, I can do blah blah blah, but I will leave that to you. I'm going to close this RDP now and come back to what's it called, to GitHub. So let me just click on actions. Let it take me back to the home page of actions instead of this place we are. So now this is actions. This is our workflow. So let's assume our workflow stopped after 6 hours or after 1 hour. You understand? These people, they can be crazy, so you might not get up to 6 hours. But the point is, you can do it as many times as you like. And it's unlimited bandwidth, meaning you can download something of 30 gig, upload to Telegram. You understand? That is that's the sweet thing about RDP. So I'm going to manually force stop this RDP. Let me cancel the run. Canceling the run means the RDP I just created would not work anymore. So most times you have to cancel it multiple times before it cancels. But as you can see, what did you write? It said cannot cancel. It checks you that is completed. Okay, now it has stopped. How do I know it has stopped? Previously this place was like in yellow. You understand? It was in yellow. Now it's showing a exclamation sign, like there's a problem somewhere. You understand? So now how do we recreate this RDP? We're already in actions tab. All we have to do is click on IDM once more. The same process we passed through before. We click on IBM and we allow it load. Sorry about my internet. If you notice the blue thing up here, it's loading. So let's allow it load. MTN is really frustrating me. As you can see, it's reading at 2.1 kilobytes. Anyway, now that we've clicked on IDM, we can see run workflow once more. We click on it and we click on run workflow again. So now we are still seeing this one with exclamation mark. That's because it has not refreshed. Just click on IBM at the corner once more, and as you can see, it's in either gold or dark yellow. I don't know what color that is. So now, to see what's happening behind the scene, you click on the IBM to see what's happening behind the scene. We can see the build. We now click on, I think we click on build. So as you can see, it's trying to enable RDP, doing its due diligence and all that. So we're going to wait to the part where it says connect to RDP, that's powered by the TechSavage. So once that part is completed, it's going to give us a new IP address which we're going to use to log in. Like I said, the port is not static. After the semicolon here, that is the port. You understand? So as you can see, the port it gave us this time is 12.0 something. Please, I'm coming. The port it gave us is 12.031. You understand? And it started from 4. At times this 4 might change also. It might be 9. So it's good to copy everything. So the RDP we created before, it was 15.341. The one we just created now ends with 12. In fact, the first one we created started with 6. This one started with 4, and the port is 12 whatever. So we paste the new one. Like I said, the numbers are not static. So now let's click on the one we just created. Like I said, okay, this time I'm not fast. So it says certificate can be verified. Do you want to connect anyway? There's an option to select never something. Never ask for this connection, blah blah blah. Please don't click it, just click connect. So as you can see, this is a new one we created. First one started with 6, this one started with 4. You understand? So the RDP we initialize and do its due diligence and blah blah blah. You see why adding a password is necessary instead of you leaving it as ask every time. It will be frustrating for you to manually type the password over and over again. Since you know the password is always static, there's no need for you to add it again and again and again. You just need to save it, and all the thing you're changing is just the IP address. So now we're logged in. So now that I've showed you that you can create this more than once, let's try and do a speed test. Let's check the anonymity of this RDP, and let's just see some few things. You understand? So let's go to whoa.net or ipscore.com, and you see why the first settings I told you was to make it landscape. See how it looks on my phone, landscape. I didn't mean it was portrait. It will look very funny. As you can see, my anonymity is 95/100, and it's supposed to be 100/100. The reason it's 95/100 is because my date and time is different from the one on the time zone. This Desmond, I don't know how to pronounce this, whatever it is, Iowa, I think it's Central USA. So if we're going to change our date and time to Central US, definitely we change to 100 because our date and time would align with the IP address. You understand? So let's leave that. Let's do a speed test. Let's go to speedtest.net and just see how fast this RDP is. I believe it's supposed to be running at a rate of 1 gigabyte per second. So let's see. I'm sure it's going to disappoint me, but let's see. Okay, it's running at 980. In fact, it just passed 1 gig per second. This is 1 gig, 100 and something megabytes per second. That is the download speed of this particular RDP. So, and the upload speed is almost 1.3 gig per second. That's 12, or how do you pronounce this in? That's 1136 megabytes per second, which is just 1.1 gig per second. You understand? So you see how fast the RDP is. like no jokes. So I think this RDP from GitHub is powered by Azure, and you can use it for what you want there basically. So I can download Undetectable here. Undetectable browser. You can install anything you want. Let me just download Undetectable just so you see it's capable of downloading and doing some one or two things. So let me download for Windows 10 11. I believe this is a Windows 10, and I think the spec should be around 7 point something gig. So we can check the spec by just opening any folder here. So let's just open a folder, and where we see this PC, we long click. Where we have this this PC, we long click and we select manage. Since we're using our phone, we press our screen for a long time. That's right click. Oops, we will not be able to check our spec here. This is a Windows server, not a normal Windows. The process I wanted to just show you is for Windows, not Windows server. You understand? Okay, let me try another process. So let's do a Control Alt Delete, and let's open Task Manager. I believe that's another way to check our. Let's click on more details, and let's go to performance. So let's see how many gig this RDP is. So as you can see, the memory here is 7 gig, and right now we're just using 2.4 gig out of 7 gig RAM. And the HDD, the hard drive, it doesn't tell us the size of the hard drive, but that one we can surely see it from like when we open our folder, we click on this PC, and the size, we have 75 gig free. We have just 75 gig free. So let's install Undetectable browser. I made a video on the Tech Savage channel on Telegram. That's at the Tech Savage. That's at symbol and the Tech Savage. So I did a video showing Undetectable being the fastest way to upload something to Telegram. You understand? So I'm just going to install this, just so you see the RDP is capable of installing things and blah blah blah. So it's going to install Undetectable, then it's going to install Microsoft Visuals. I think Visuals. If it's not Visual Studio, then it's the distribution. I can't remember which, but I know this Undetectable application or browser needs that to run. Sure. So let's wait. I'll just, if it's gonna waste time, I'll pause the video for a while. But let's see if it's not gonna waste time. Okay, like I said, it's gonna install Microsoft Visual C++. Okay, redistribution. I know it had something to do with distribution. Setup failed. One or more issue cause setup failed. Well, since you can't install that, no yawa. Undetectable may still work. So I need to log in. I'll just pause the. Okay, so this is Undetectable. I will just sign in now. And what I like Undetectable is when you create a new profile, a profile just means a browser. So I have Chromium here. As you can see the name, a Chrome browser inside Undetectable, which I've logged in my Telegram. So on this new RDP now, I don't even need to log in Telegram again because my Telegram is already logged inside that web browser. You understand? As you can see, it shows me the previous things I've downloaded, which are not on this RDP. So definitely it will show you as if it was deleted. So my Telegram web, let me click on it. Telegram should be logged in already, like I said. So let's just try and download something. Let's say this file of 1.9 gig. As you can see, it's already downloading. Like I told you, the RDP is capable of doing all these things. Do not waste much time. Let's download Bandicam instead, since it's just 20 something megabytes. And as you can see, Bandicam is done. Let me drag it to desktop. Okay, I can drag it that way. Show all downloads. Okay, Bandicam. I drag Bandicam to desktop, and let's see how fast this RDP can upload. So I'm just going to move it back to Telegram and upload a file of 28 megabytes. So as you can see, it's done. So that's that about RDP. Once it goes down, go back to GitHub, Actions, click on IBM, Run Workflow, click on IBM again to see what's running, then click on the IBM that shows a yellow dot, then you see the workflow. Once it gets to the RDP part where it says build RDP or something like that, you see your new IP address, which starts from either 48 whatever with the port. Copy, add it to the app, and that's all. So please, after watching this, if you enjoyed it, please give me a review. Like, come back to the bot at the TechSavage _bot and let me know what you think.